Hey guys! Alright, welcome back to my channel. So today I'm going to do another story time video. It's actually one of those stories that I wasn't really sure if I should even bother doing it because I think I don't know, it was just weird. And it's kind of funny to me. I don't know if a lot of people would find this funny, but I don't know. So yeah, if you want to hear about my story time video, just keep on watching. And please like and subscribe if you want to see more. And please leave me comments, requests, all that good stuff. Alright guys. Today I'm going to do a story time about this one time I had gotten pulled over. And it was just such a weird situation and I was actually kind of confused at what was happening. But that is why we just leave that in the past and then tell it years later and see if it's a good story. So I think this happened about, I want to say 4 years ago, and it was probably around this time 4 years ago. It was definitely during the summer. So it was actually when I was working at McDonald's. I was closing, and which meant we closed at 12, and I was going to probably be done around 12:30ish. So I'm leaving around 12:30, and my sister texted me because she was at her friend's house, and she was seeing if I could pick her up, and we were actually going to go to another friend's house and hang out there for a little bit, and then I would have to drive her other friend home, that's where she was at the time. I left work and I went to her friend's house and picked her and her friend up, and then we went to another friend's house. I think I probably got there around like 12:45, 1ish, and then we went to our friend's house on the other side of town, and then we hung out there for a little bit, and then we're like, okay, I was kind of tired, honestly. So I was like, all right, I'm ready to go home. So I drove her other friend back home for where I picked her up in the first place. I saw in my rearview mirror that somebody was driving very, very closely to me. And I was like, okay, person, like, I'm sorry, I'm not going to your desired speed right now. But I was literally about to pull into a side street to drop her friend off. So, and again, I think the problem was I wasn't exactly sure where to turn. So I started to slow down and I'm like, oh, wrong street. Okay, so I started speeding up again, and then I turned down the side street and the person followed me. And of course, if you guys didn't figure it out already, it was a cop. So I was kind of like, is that a cop? And my sister like looked in the mirror too, and she's like, oh yeah, that's totally a cop. I'm like, okay, like why is he following me like that? Like that's kind of scary. So we're on that side street, and then he actually lives off of that side street. So we turned down another street, and again, he follows me again. And mind you, he has not put his lights on or anything. I pulled over in front of the kid's house, and still the cop has not put his lights on yet. So I'm like, what's going on? And then finally turns his lights on. So I'm like, okay, so is he pulling me over? Because I pulled myself over in a way because I was dropping off this kid. So my sister's friend was like, whoa, screw this. I'm going in my house because we're right here. And he opens the door and starts to get out. And that's when things started going a little crazy. Get back in your vehicle. And so I'm like, oh my God, get back in. Like, this guy is not messing around. So he gets back in my car. We sit there and I'm like, oh my God, what am I being pulled over for in the first place? So he gets out of his car and he comes up to my window and he asks, do you know why I pulled you over today? And I'm like, I'm not really sure. I'm gonna be honest with you. And he's like, you were going 49 in a 35. And I'm like, okay, all right, I didn't realize, I'm sorry. So he asked for my license, registration, all that good stuff. Then he goes over to my sister's friend's window and let him know that, hey, when you get pulled over, you can't just jump out of the car like that. At this point, you have to stay in the car. He's like, okay, I'm sorry, I didn't know. This is actually my house. So he had to give his license too to the cops. So he goes back to his car, and I did kind of feel like that the officer looked very familiar. And I was kind of like, okay, I've seen him before. I'm like, it's probably because I've called the cops at McDonald's plenty of times in my career there. So it's possible that he's had filled a report with me before. So I don't know. I couldn't really remember. And mind you, I was in my uniform at the time too. So yeah, there's that. So he comes back to my window, he hands my sister's friend's his information. That's it. Nothing happened of that. But he comes to my window and he lets me know again, here's your stuff back, you know, I just want to give you a verbal warning, you know, just be careful driving around like that. I saw you were driving in circles. And I'm like, okay. So I'm just going along with it because I don't know what he's talking about. First of all, I don't really speed like that on like roads that I know. Because if you're from my hometown, like cops will pull you over for anything because they're honestly bored. There's not much going on in my town. So, I mean, at the time, but, so I don't usually speed on certain roads in my town, but he claims I was going 49 and a 35. I don't think I was. He also claimed I was going in circles, which I don't, and that's when I got really confused because I was like, okay, so what is he talking about? I don't remember driving in circles. And I was like, the only thing I could think of was when I picked them up the first time, he saw me that first time. And then he saw me drive them back, you know, back home. So I think that's where he got their circle thing from, but that's when I was like, okay, well, what happened? But he told me he's let me off with a warning because I was nice. And that also got me. I'm like, okay. I mean, I do try to be respectful. I was already like panicking. Oh my God, how much is this ticket gonna cost? Because speeding ticket, that's kind of, I guess that's serious, but going in circles, like what kind of ticket would that be? So yeah, I guess I did get really lucky. You know, no ticket, no nothing. And he just told me, you know, just drive safe, please, and have a good night, whatever. And I took a good look at his name badge again, and I was like, why does that name sound so familiar? So I go home and I text one of my old friends, and I realized I recognized him because I actually went out to, okay, let me phrase this the correct way. I realized I had gone out with him before, and not me personally, but my friend had brought him out like as a date, and I've met him before because we were drinking together. And I was like, oh my God, that's weird. I didn't realize that till after I left. He definitely kind of recognized me from somewhere, and he probably realized after he had gone out with my friend quite a few times and they were dating, and then at the time they weren't together anymore, but I think he realized that, you know, we've drank together before. Maybe I should just, you know, let her off with a warning. Yeah, so that's actually my story time. That's it. That's the story. Plenty more story times I have to tell. There's one story time I really been wanting to tell, but I really gotta plan that one out. I hope you guys enjoying the story time, and if you want to hear more story times, leave me in the comments below, and any requests that you have for other videos. Like, subscribe, you know, the huge. That's it. Oh, I got my hair done too, guys. I hope you like it. I always go back to like a balayage ombre type thing. Every time I try going back to dark, I change my mind and decide to go light again. So it's just a big cycle with me and my hair, but it's okay. All right, guys, I'll talk to you soon. Bye.